George, live from Washington this morning. Thank you, Joe. Well, new this morning, this week is Crash Responder Safety Week, and we are raising awareness for the first responders who come to our rescue, when there's a crash on the freeway.
And obviously, this can be a really dangerous job. Just last week, 3 state troopers were injured while investigating a crash on I-94. Now, thankfully, they only suffered minor injuries, but this latest incident involving troopers along Metro Detroit is eye-opening.
And this morning, 7 News Detroit anchor Kiera Hay is joining us live from the State Police South Post in Taylor to discuss what drivers should do to try to keep everybody safe, because safety is what it's all about, right, Kiera?
Absolutely. Good morning, Keenan and Alicia. Every minute that a crash is not resolved on the road, it increases the risk of a secondary crash. And so it's very important that we talk about our Crash Safety Awareness Week, how we can protect lives, help the environment, and save our time. So here to talk to me about that is Dennis Richard. He is actually one of the brave first responders who is out here on the roads, clearing roads of accidents. And Dennis, you were telling me how dangerous it can be and why it's so important for people to actually move over, which is a law here in Michigan. Tell me, what are some of the things you see when you're out on the road?
We see a lot of motorists not following the slow down and move over law. You know, we've had a lot of close calls. We've had a lot of vehicle strikes. It's amazing to me to see. I think motorists just think the law pertains to law enforcement sometimes, and they fail to move down for safety service patrol vehicles and tow trucks. But even with that being said, we've had a lot of firefighters and law enforcement officers struck and killed as well too. So I think just helping to educate and get the word out for the slow down and move over law.
Absolutely. And just today, I was refreshed that the law is you have to reduce your speed by 10 miles per hour, whatever the speed limit is. So if it's 70 miles per hour, you need to be going down to 60 and also moving over a lane. But Dennis, you said, what was it, last week you had a close call with one of your drivers? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so even last week we had one of our vehicles on 75 southbound. He was assisting a motorist, and traffic was slowing down, and he was getting ready to get out of his vehicle. And just as he was getting out, a motorist had swerved to avoid the slowdown and actually struck in the door as he was opening it. So just a couple more seconds, we could be having a different conversation about one of our operators being struck and possibly killed as well.
I appreciate all that you do. It is so brave, so important. But we want to make their jobs easier too. We need to make sure that we are moving over, giving them space to do that job, to clear up those accidents and those crashes. So Dennis, again, thank you so much for speaking with me this morning. And coming up in the next hour, we'll be talking to MDOT on more things we need to know as drivers to keep everyone safe. Alicia and Keenan.
Yeah, we got to look out for all of our first responders because they're there trying to help us. Kiera, thank you.